Okay, exercise 5H. I skip the application one first and directly go to by solving the quadratic equations by completing square, because I think this connects nicely with the previous exercise. Last exercise we use cross multiplications to solve for quadratic equations, and this time I can't use cross multiplication. Okay, most of the equations I give you here can't use cross multiplication to factorize, and therefore I want to solve it, and I need to factorize it. We need to factorize by completing square. As we learned yesterday, when we solve quadratic equations, there are three situations. First one, there's no solution if this cannot be factorized. Second, if you have two repeated factors, two repeated linear factors, I can have only one solution. And if you have two distinct factors, I will have two distinct solutions. So three cases: zero solution, one solution, and two solutions. So let's have a look for the following question. Okay, x squared plus 6x minus 5 equals to 0. And I want to solve for this. I need to factorize it. But like it's 0 on the right. First, it's 0 on the right, which is all good. And I want to factorize the left-hand side. But let's think about a negative 5. A negative 5 cannot make a 6. Okay, a negative 5 cannot make a 6 for you. If it's a positive 5, you can put your stuff. Okay, if it's a positive 5, I can have 1 and 5 to make a 6, but it's negative, can't make it. Therefore, what we need to do is completing square. So to complete the left hand side, I'm not sure yet if it can be factorized or not, but let's do this first. X squared plus 6x minus 5. Minus 5. Okay, what I need to plus? I need to plus 6 over 2 squared and minus 6 over 2 squared. That equals to 0. The first 3 and the last 2. So first 3 I have x plus, okay, that number is a 3. Squared minus, okay, what I want to minus, that's minus 3. That's minus 3 squared is 9. Negative 9 minus 5 is negative 14. So minus 14 equals to 0. So I can have x plus 3 plus root 14. And x plus 3 minus root 14. That equals to 0. And I can have x plus 3 plus root 14 equals to 0, or x plus 3 minus root 14 equals to 0. X will be minus 3 minus root 14, or x is minus 3 plus root 14. So overall, I can say, like, I can leave my answer like that, or I can say my x equals to minus 3 plus or minus of root 14. So it's minus 3 minus root 14 and a minus 3 plus the root 14. Overall, I can say that's a minus 3 plus or minus of root 14. It's just kind of notation. It's a kind of notation. But, okay, last year I see a really interesting way to write this. Okay, when they know that the answer can be written in this way, and when some students write this step, they write that to me. That's not correct. Okay, that's not correct. When you express your equation expression, okay, you can't express that in that way. That doesn't make sense. Okay, that doesn't make sense. When you have x involved, it doesn't make sense. So when you write your answer, okay, that's the answer. Your answer can be written as like minus 3 plus minus root 14. But when you write the expression, you can't write in that way. Okay, that is wrong. Okay, that is wrong. I think actually this is quite a creative way to write things. I never think about that, but when I see the answer, I say, oh, it's better to talk about that here. So it's not correct. Okay, we can't write that, but we can write our answer like this. B. X squared minus 2x plus 4 equals to 0. So 4 cannot make a negative 2. Okay, positive 4 cannot make a negative 2. So what I'll have is x squared minus 2x plus 2 over 2 squared minus 2 over 2 squared plus 4 equals to 0. First 3, I'll have x minus 1 squared minus 1 plus 4 equals to 0. So x minus 1 squared plus 3, that is 0. Okay, can I keep going? No. Okay, so can't factorize because there's a plus sign here. So no solution for this one. Okay, no solution for this one. I have 2 solutions for the previous one. I have no solution for this one. Well, if you ask me why I can't really keep going, like why I can't factorize, then I can't find the answer. If you ask me to reason that for you, you can see like that. X minus 1 squared. If I move the 3, that will get a negative 3 on the side. Okay? Anything squared will not be a negative number. Is that correct? Like, doesn't matter what number squared. It will always be a positive number. It won't get a negative number. So this equation doesn't make sense. Okay, that's wrong equation. Anything squared needs to be greater or equals to 0. So therefore, I can say from that line, it's not correct. Because something squared equals to negative, which means there's no such value can hold this statement true. So it's no solution here. Okay, next one. X squared plus 2x minus 4 equals to 0. X squared plus 2x minus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so we have a minus 4. A minus 4 is 2 and minus 2. Can't make a 2. 4 and 1 can't make a 2. So can't use cross multiplication. So what I will do is x squared plus 2x plus 2 over 2 squared minus 2 over 2 squared. Minus 4 equals to 0. That's x plus 1 squared minus 1 minus 4 equals to 0. So that's x plus 1 squared minus 5. So it's root 5 squared equals to 0. So x plus 1 plus root 5, x plus 1 minus root 5 equals to 0. So we either have x plus 1 plus root 5 equals to 0 or x plus 1 minus root 5 equals to 0. X is minus 1 minus root 5 or x is minus 1 plus root 5. So your x can be written as minus 1 plus or minus of root 5. Okay, what you should do is more like checking step, because yesterday you should be able to finish that already. Well, I want to show you, like, this is most like 99% of you will do by using this method. But I want to show you another way. Okay, this is something really important. It seems like a really small point, but like it's very helpful for year 11. And most of the year 12 students still forget this. Okay, every time I meet this type of question, I will ask them to answer, and then still have half of them answered it wrong. So it's a really small point. Just want to know, if my x squared is 4, what my x can be? Yeah, 2 or negative 2, right? It's plus minus 2. So 2 or negative 2. So anything, like say x squared equals to capital A, then my x will be plus minus of square root A. Okay, plus minus of square root A. time is it? 15. So plus minus square root 8. So therefore, what I want to show you is from this step. Okay, I'll draw a line here. Okay, the rest of it is follow one way. And I'll write another way to this side. So let's start from this equation. We have x plus 1 squared equals to 5. Well, minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, let's write this first. And then what I will have is x plus 1 squared. Oh, not 5. Squared equals to 5. I'm not going to factorize it. I want to leave the square on one side and move the constant to the other side. Okay, let's treat x plus 1 as a whole thing. Okay, a whole thing. Something squared equals to 5. What that thing will be? What square equals to 5? What square equals to 5? Okay, root 5 and negative root 5. Okay, that's the thing I said. You just always forget. You will have the negative value as well. You have plus or minus of root 5 because that's something squared. That's something squared. Something squared equals to 5. So this thing, okay, this something will be plus minus of root 5. Okay, the something will be plus minus of root 5. And that's easy to solve. Okay, so what x will be? X will be minus 1 plus minus root 5. Move that 1 to the side, it's a minus 1. So it's minus 1 plus minus root 5. It's actually easier. Okay, it's actually easier than factorize. But you can still solve by factorize. You have the same answer. I just really want to emphasize that point in year 10. Okay, so year 11, make sure you know this. Every time when you see squared, you will say, okay, there's a plus minus. Okay, there's a plus minus. Okay. Okay, that's C. D. Okay, we have x squared minus 3x minus 3 over 4. Okay, x squared minus 3x minus 3 over 4. What I will do, like 3 over 4 obviously can't use cross multiplication. X squared minus 3x minus 3 over 4 equals to 0. So x squared minus 3x, okay, plus 3 over 2 squared minus 3 over 2 squared minus 3 over 4 equals to 0. Those three terms will give me x minus 3 over 2 squared minus, yep, y 3 over 8 yes, divided by 2 is 3 divided by 2. It's not the 3 over 4 divided by 2. It's the middle number divided by 2. It's the x, okay, the coefficient of x. And this will give you 9 over 4 minus 3 over 4. That equals to 0. Well, we have x minus 3 over 2 squared. That's a 12 over 4. So that's a minus 3. Okay, we have that. And we can go for two ways to do this. One is factorize. I can have x minus 3 over 2 plus root 3 and x minus 3 over 2 minus root 3 equals to 0. That should be what you read yesterday. And the other one will be, I can move that to the right hand side, the constant to the right hand side, and then leave the square on the left hand side. So for this one, I will have x minus that plus that equals to 0, or x minus 3 over 2 minus that equals to 0. To this side, what x minus 3 over 2 will be? Plus minus of root 3. Okay, plus minus of root 3. Something squared equals to 3. So that thing must be root 3. But you have plus minus sign in the front. Plus root 3 squared equals to 3 minus root 3 squared gives you 3 as well. So on this side, x equals to 3 over 2 minus root 3, or x equals to 3 over 2 plus root 3. Therefore, x on this side will be moved the 3 over 2 to that side, is become plus, and plus of 3 over 2 plus minus root 3. Okay, so overall this can be written as x equals to 3 over 2 plus minus root 3 as well. That's D. Have a look at E. Well, let's have a look at E. If in E, this 5 is a minus 5, I can make a minus 4. Okay, minus 5 and 1 can make a minus 4. But now I have a positive 5, can't make a minus 4. So, completing square. X squared minus 4x plus 4 over 2 squared minus 4 over 2 squared plus 5 equals to 0. Okay, you have x minus 2 squared minus 4 plus 5 equals to 0. X minus 2 squared plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, no solution case for this one. Can't factorize anymore. X minus 2 squared will equals to negative 1, which is not working. Okay, so no solution in this case. But if you learn Spanish later, this one will have solution. Okay, this will have solution. But like methods, not going to talk about that. Year 10, we are not going to talk about that. Okay. F. What we can do to F? Yeah, like take the 5 out as a common factor, or we can directly divide 5 on both sides. Okay, I can divide 5. Well, instead of taking the common factor, I more prefer to just get rid of the 5. Okay, so I can divide the 5 on both sides. What I will have is x squared plus x minus 3 equals to 0. Or like if you take out the 5, it will be like 5x squared plus x minus 3 equals to 0. It's pretty much the same. And then you divide the 5 on both sides. So we have that. 3 can't make a 1. Okay, 3 can't make a 1. So complete square, x squared plus x plus, okay, what's the coefficient for this x? 1. So half of that is a half. Plus a half squared. I will minus a half squared. And minus 3 equals to 0. First 3 term. X plus a half. Cosine squared. Minus 1/4. Minus, let's go for that, 12 over 4 equals to 0. So x plus a half squared equals to 13 over 4. 13 over 4. Okay, what x plus a half equals to? Yep, plus minus. You take square root of the whole thing. So take the square root of the top and take the square root of the bottom. Therefore, x will be minus a half plus minus of root 13 over 2. Or we can do x plus a half squared minus root 13 over 2 squared equals to 0. X plus a half plus root 13 over 2, x plus a half minus root 13 over 2 equals to 0. Therefore, x plus a half plus root 13 over 2 equals to 0, or x plus a half minus root 13 over 2 equals to 0. X will be minus a half minus root 13 over 2, or x will be minus a half plus root 13 over 2. Therefore, x is minus a half plus minus root 13 over 2. Okay, that's by Factorize. Okay, that's by Factorize. Okay, that one is directly used. The x squared equals to capital A. X will be plus minus of root A. And this one will just by completing square. This one by completing square. Okay, any questions for those 6 questions? Okay, so this is 5H. I skipped 5G, which is the application. I'll go back to 5G in the end. And the next thing what we'll learn is a formula. It's the quadratic formula 5I. Okay, we'll learn that like after next week. So I won't see you in 1 week. So during that 1 week, remember to do some math question, please. Okay? Otherwise, you'll forget how to factorize, how to do cross multiplication, how to do completing square, and I need to teach that again. Okay?